To kick off this vlog series, I thought I would start at the beginning of how I got to this point. If you're new to the channel, my name is Tans Bolton. I'm a runner and physiotherapist based in Paris, Ontario, Canada. We'll take a quick look back at my development as an athlete before moving on to this week's training update. Growing up, I competed as an all-around gymnast, competing for 4 years and training upwards of 20 hours a week. Once I finished competing as a gymnast, I continued with running cross country and track in high school. And in grade 10, I joined the Durham Dragons, where I learned the basics of run training and competition. From drills to race tactics, the team brought out talent in me, qualifying me for OPSA for cross country and track. I finished my high school season and look forward to a collegiate running career. From my hometown of Oshawa, I attended the University of Windsor. I only ended up using 3 of my 5 years of eligibility, even though I attended Windsor for 5 years. I struggled hard with the coaching and training changes while struggling to feel like I belonged on the team. And I was heavily focused on my academics, which kept me busy. After graduation, I began working as a personal trainer. After leaving the university team, I set my sights on road racing, finding a new life to my running and reigniting the spark. I found a lot of success with road racing, obtaining sponsorship with Skechers and winning several local races. It was always my goal to aim for the top 10 in bigger races, such as Toronto Waterfront, but drew international fields and athletes from other provinces. "2016 was the best year. Starting off with Josh's proposal at the finish line of Refrigerator, we crushed the road circuit together, even winning our weight in beer. After grinding hard for 5 years with personal training and road racing, I was ready for a change. In 2018, I decided to go back to get my master's degree in physiotherapy. I applied and got into the University of Toronto, which meant I would be commuting via train 1.5 hours each way for the next 24 months from home to school. It was incredibly fulfilling to be able to go back and have a redo of my university running career. I was so disappointed the first time and felt that Windsor really never tapped into my potential that I knew I had as a runner. While training to become a physiotherapist, I spent my early mornings and spare lunch breaks training for cross country and track. The first time around, I couldn't even make the travel team for Windsor. And now I was running as one of their top competitors, helping the team place 3rd at the cross country championships for OUAs, and then we also were 3rd for the track and field championships. I was breaking personal bests that I had set 10 years earlier. Come 2020, it was time to graduate and leave my Toronto venture behind. I moved forwards into a new career as a physiotherapist. Unfortunately, this was also 2020, which meant the world was upside down. I hit severe burnout for 3 months into late 2020 and could barely run. I contemplated giving up the sport entirely. As a way to feel excited about running again, I reinvented myself yet again and turned towards trail racing.
Yeah.
First at Haliburton,
Champ.
and then the following year in Quebec and Squamish, BC. And that brings us back to present day. I am now just 3 months shy of my first goal race of the season, which means I'm in base season. I'm focused on building up my mileage with a few non-specific workouts thrown in here and there every week or two to start to build fitness. I'm currently taking a break from heavy trail training in order to work on my speed. Every winter, I come back to my road race training in order to improve my speed, which will in turn improve my running economy on the trails. I also wouldn't be able to make it through the Ontario winters solo, so I take this opportunity to link back up with my old training partners and grind through the winter together. This week's training was a big mileage block. Monday was a day off for recovery after last weekend's 29K. Tuesday, we had a crazy torrential rain and snowstorm mix, which made for very moist conditions on the trails. Wednesdays are a day off from work, which means Workout Wednesday. This Wednesday, I hit up the roads with my friend Mike, and we did 20 times 200, working down from 47 seconds to 38 seconds. Wednesday evening, I hit up the climbing gym for a bouldering session. Thursday, I hit 15K on the snow-covered trails while listening to Malcolm Gladwell. Friday morning, I hit another 15K running around my neighborhood in the cold, windy conditions. Friday night brought in the first real winter storm of the year, bringing a mixture of heavy, wet snow and high winds. This meant Saturday's long run was a slog, dragging through 30K with my friends Mitch and Jacob. The rest of the day was focused on recovery and getting back in calories. Sunday was a recovery run, a short 10K. And into another climbing session that evening. That brings the total to 100K for the week, 2 climbing sessions as well. My elevation isn't particularly high this week without any specific hill training on the schedule. I've been building up to this 100K since late November, moving up from 60K to 70K for 3 weeks, and then finally bumping up to 85K last week into 100. I've been as high as 160K before, so my body can still relatively handle the 100K, although I have been tired. I'm actually thinking about adding a road half marathon to the early spring schedule to capitalize on this fitness at this point. So at the halfway point of January, I'm sitting at 174 kilometers run. Like and subscribe to follow my journey. New videos every week.